All right, ladies and gentlemen, mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check. I'm not hearing, not getting any sound from here. Mic check, mic check. Try again. All right, we are cooking. We're not cooking with gas. We're going full steam ahead. Are we ready, ladies? All right, I'm giving you a moment to swallow a little water. Brush off your mouth corner a little bit, because you know them taking pictures, and we have to present ourselves in front of the camera, right? So just, ask the person beside you, just smile and say anything. Just check. There you go. All right. Thank you so much again to the team that is supporting us throughout the activities here today. The room is about to get a little cooler. Somebody prips me and tell me that the mobile AC units are now here, so the place is about to get cooler. So please, a round of applause for whoever it was that brought those. All right. Thank you again to the team that supported us in the snacks section of our proceedings. I want to apologize for the students who did not get any snacks. Don't worry, lunch is on the way. And as I said, you are first in line, so you won't be waiting for that one. I beg you do, wait until I pat down myself, because I'm supposed to look like I ran through a waterfall. But I'm going to be ready in a few for some more pictures, all right? You can take their nice faces in the meantime. Ladies, it is now time for us to hear from Dr. Jody Jones. She is the advisor at the US Embassy for the Education USA program. Hands up if you want to study in North America. Keep the hands up if it's the USA you want to study in. Keep the hands up if you feel like you should be paid in US dollars in the tech industry. More hands going up. No, they're never so sure, but okay. So Dr. Jody Jones is here to share with us. Please give her a round of applause as she makes her way.
All right. Thank you, Crystal, for that wonderful introduction. Let me just find a place to put this mammoth of a water bottle. Hello, everyone. Who wants to study in the US? All right. That's what I love to hear. So today I'm going to talk to you about two things. The first thing I'm going to talk to you is about the study opportunities in the US, and then we're going to jump into the machine learning presentation. And let me just make sure my cable is set up. All right. Okay. Searching for sources. All right, so while it's search for sources, so let me see how many hands, just give me a show of hands. Who here is in ninth grade? All right. Who is in 10th grade? Okay. 11th grade. All right, any 12? Any 13? All right. So the first thing I'd love for you to do, so you're going to have to listen carefully and take notes, right? But here's the thing, you can always email me for a presentation or for a guide. So, but I still want you to take notes, but I have this in a PowerPoint as well. All right, so who can tell me what's the first thing you have to do or the first thing you need to do? Have you heard my presentation before? If you did, that's cheating. No? Okay. All right, so the very first thing you need to do is figure out what you want to do. So let me see how many guidance counselors or teachers are in the room today. Perfect. So I always encourage my students, right? You need to talk to people, not just your friends, but talk to people who are experts, right, in college counseling and career counseling, right? And your experts, the guidance counselors, right? Another good source, right? Another set of people you need to talk to is your parents, because these are the people who will be are responsible for you, right? So you first need to figure out what is it you want to do, right? Then who can tell me what's the next step? My friend in the green there. Don't be shy now. Yeah. All right. On. No, but you find out what you want to do already. Right. So in the education, so Education USA has 5 steps, right? Oh, this is up now. Perfect. So the very first step, right? Because remember, you have already talked to your parents and your guidance counselor about what you want to do. Your very first step is to research your options, right? So you need to research your options. I see people writing, that's good. So you need to research your options. Now I'm going to throw out another key term you need to write down, right? Big future, B-I-G future. So this is a search engine that will help you to find or identify colleges that are appropriate for you, right? Or appropriate for what you want to study. So everybody have that, right? Research your options and just put a little, what's he call it, a bullet, right? Big future, all right? So who can guess what the second step is? I think I heard it. Oh, you in the back there. You have to shout, my friend. Come again? All right. Okay, that's a good one, but not quite. All right.
Yeah.
So, let me help you out. All right. Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. There you go. All right. So, your second step or step 2 is to research funding opportunities, right? Because remember, step 1, you're going to research your options with schools. Step 2 is to research your funding opportunities. Now, who can tell me, right, or who can take a big guess as to where you should start first in identifying these opportunities? Right? From the source. What's the source? The university, right? So this is why step 1 is so important, because you want to identify universities, right, that have the funding available, right, for international students. Okay? Now, step 3, I'm going to give you guys a guess, right? So you've identified, or get a hint. You have identified your schools, you've identified your funding. What's the next thing you should do? You can't take off the mask, you know, my friend. Oh, they're giving you a mic. Nice.
Thank you. Okay, so after identifying the colleges and the funding, and you've decided where exactly you want to go, if you want to go somewhere, for example, in North America or South America, being that you're an international student, you are going to need to have a student visa so that you can be able to stay in the country until the duration is finished.
You're literally doing my job for me, but that's step 4. Right? So you're right, but that's not quite step 3. So step 3 is to actually complete the application, right? Now here's what I want you to keep in mind for step 3, right? Here are the things you will need, right, for most universities. So you need your transcripts. So my 9th graders, especially from 9th grade, they start looking at your transcripts really keenly from 9th grade. So if you goofed off in 7th, 8th grade, you might get a little pass, but from 9th grade onwards, you need to be exceptional, right? So your transcripts, right? Your letters of recommendation, right? So be nice to your teachers. Well, be nice, period. But you need to find or identify at least 2 teachers who can write wonderful things about you. All right? You also need your CSEC, right? and CAPE results if applicable, all right? And you, in most cases, you will need either your SAT or ACT scores. All right, everybody have that? So what did I say? Your transcripts, recommendation letters, right? Right? Right. Now, there is one last thing that most universities require, and students usually freak out about it, but please don't, your essay. Very, very short essay. And this is why it's important to know what it is you want, because what the universities are trying to find out is how will these students contribute to the community, right? Contribute to the university community. So you need to make sure that whichever schools you're applying to, your goals, your vision align with that institution. All right? Step 4, as my good friend here states, is to apply for your student visa after you've received your congratulations, you've been accepted, right? And no need to worry about that process. We have, if you haven't followed US Embassy Jamaica on YouTube as yet, please follow today. We have several informative videos, but one in particular outlines a process to apply for your student visa. All right? And then the 5th and final step, anybody wants to guess what that is? That's the easiest step. Get ready for departure, right? That's a fun, happy step when everything, you know, you've received your acceptance, you've received your visa, and you're ready to start your education journey in the US. All right? So my email address is on the screen right now. It's jajones@educationusa.org. So if you have any questions about the process, if you'd like to set up a one-on-one virtual appointment with me, please reach out to me at that email address. All right, so who's ready to talk about machine learning now? Nobody. My friend. Okay. All right. So another role that I play at the embassy is I also coordinate activities in the Robeson American Center. One of the activities that we have is a makers club, right? A makers STEAM club to be specific, right? So we focus on machine learning, robotics, and digital design. So today I'm going to talk to you about machine learning. All right? Now, another shameless plug for my employer. If you would like to learn more about the educational opportunities that we offer at the embassy, you can scan that QR code. I believe this presentation will be available afterwards. Or you can also visit jm.usembassy.gov/education-culture. Much easier to scan the QR code. All right, so does anyone know what all these buzzwords, artificial intelligence, machine learning, all this stuff, can anybody take a guess what do these things mean? All right, my friend there. Fantastic. Human intervention. We're interacting. We're right. So you have that. That's perfect. Everybody heard what she said? So it's all these terms, artificial intelligence, machine learning, they're all pointed to a similar thing, right? So traditional programming, you have to set rules for every particular action you want the computer to perform, right? Artificial intelligence allows the computer to kind of learn on its own. So what you want to do, or what you as a programmer, as a data scientist is going to do, is feed the machine or feed the algorithm with the answers and the data, and from there, the machine will create its own rules, right? So that's why we're able to get predictions, right? Now, I just have a simple Venn diagram here to explain how these terms interact with each other. So think of data science as the field of study, right? Think of artificial intelligence as the umbrella concept, right? machine learning and deep learning are subsumed within artificial intelligence, right? So if you can remember this Venn diagram, if you can remember this diagram, that will help to clear up some of the confusion. However, in reading about these concepts, it's not uncommon to see these concepts used interchangeably, right? So what's a big hype about machine learning and artificial intelligence and all these terms now, right? Quite frankly, are real simple because of us, right? And I see a few phones out, right? So we're connected in multiple ways. We're connected on social media, right? Especially you guys are on TikTok and what else? What else are young people on these days? Right, Instagram, all this stuff, right? We're also connected via Internet of Things. So your smartwatches, right? Your Alexa, Google Assistant, so all these devices that's constantly communicating with servers, with internet servers, that's data that's being transferred consistently and continuously. So this was a starting statistic for me, right? And quite frankly, I didn't even know what a zettabyte was until I prepared this presentation. So at the end of 2020, the World Economic Forum estimated that humans, we guys, we're generating 44 zettabytes of data, right? And I had to look it up. A zettabyte is actually 1 trillion gigabytes, right? So that's the amount of data that we're generating. And that was of 2020, so that number most likely is higher than that now, right? So all these devices, right, these devices that are continuously connected are feeding into this mammoth of data that's being generated and transferred daily. All right, so let me just jump into real quick what machine learning is. Right, so we're getting granular now. We're going deeper into this. So it's a combination of math and statistics. So who here loves math? All right, beautiful. And for those who didn't raise your hand, you should raise your hand. Why? Because math, nice. Math underpins all of this fancy technology and stuff, all these buzz terms they're talking about. It all starts with math, right? So as fancy as it gets, as nice as it seems, it's math, right? Basic math, right? So pay attention in your math classes, right? Another thing it combines, right, or another aspect of it is computer science, right? And finally, domain knowledge. So domain knowledge can be anything from education to business to, who can give me another term? Another, healthcare, right? So that's the domain knowledge. So data science combines all these three fields, okay? It all starts with a problem, right? A problem you're trying to solve. So who can tell me, or who can take a guess what the 3 superpowers of data science are? The 3 superpowers. No takers? What's that?
What is on the screen, like the superpowers of data science?
Tell me the 3 superpowers, yes.
Thinking, you get an idea and then you get a solution.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Then you engineer it, basically you build it and then you run it, you run a prototype maybe.
All right. Okay, so let me start the presentation real quick, or the PowerPoint. So the 3 superpowers you need. The 3 superpowers you need, right? So this is not on the slide, so you need to write this down, right? The first one is to stay calm. All right, stay calm, right? Yes. So before you even start a project, or before you write your first line of code, right? You need to have a sense of composure, right? And here's why I say this. So let's go back to my little friend here. So oftentimes, remember, it starts with a problem, right? In solving a problem, the skill or the soft skill, because oftentimes people talk about all these hard skills, technical skills, those are important, but your soft skills are just as important, right? The first thing you need to maintain is a sense of composure. So you need to have a sense of, okay, this is going to work out, right? Without that, you're going to burn out and get stressed out very quickly. I promise you that, right? The second skill, or the second superpower you need, right? And everybody ready to write this word down? Ready? Just made this up. Figure out ability. Figure it out ability. All right? Now, there is a actual word, right, that describes this, but I don't think it really captures, what you need to do as a data scientist. And that's research, right? So if I say to you research, what comes to mind? But if I say figure it out, do you have a better understanding of what I mean? Right? So oftentimes, every time, you're going to get stuck, right? you will get stuck. All right? If there's one guarantee in machine learning, is that you will get stuck at some point or several points. You need that figure it out ability, right? Because oftentimes you're going to be coding alone, right? Or with a classmate, right? Or in a team, if you're participate in a hackathon. So you need to have this sense of, okay, we know we want to do X, but we don't know exactly how to do it. But we can figure it out. You get what I'm saying? All right. So the third superpower, anybody can guess the third superpower? My friend there, I haven't heard from you as yet. Yes, but I'm going to add to that. So you heard what she said, right? So shout it for me, my friend. All right. So again, fancy words. Apply what you figured out. I'm going to break that down for you. Who here remembers when they were a kid or they were a child and your mom or your dad tell you, don't press that, don't touch that button? Anybody heard that? Every hand should go up. Don't try to pretend like you're angels. All right. So here's a third superpower, my friends. Press all the buttons. All right? All the buttons. All right. So here's what I mean by this. So when you're coding, right? Remember, this hypothetical, or for the most part, none of these things can break, right? So I'm not telling you should go and smash your computer now, right? But when you're coding, right, experiment, be curious. Because at the end of the day, even if you make a mistake, even if you get an error, right, this is all a part of the learning process, right? So you need to press all the buttons, press all of them, right? I was that kid who pressed all the elevator buttons, by the way. So let us continue in this presentation here. So here are some examples of machine learning, right? And these are just a few, right? So we have chatbots. Everybody has used a chatbot at some point, right? Fraud detection, sentiment analysis. See my friend writing furiously there, that's good. And product, service, or content recommendations, right? And I have lots of visuals of each of these right here. Okay, so I'm coming up to the end of the presentation now, right? So I'm going to stick around for, okay, all right. So, okay. All right, so I tell you what, guys. Let's see. I need a volunteer. What? No, you volunteer too much. A joke, a joke. Somebody else, somebody new. Somebody new. Ah, you, yeah. So I want somebody to come up here. And now remember, I told you, things will break. So there is a good chance that this code will break, but we're going to figure it out. So come on up, my friend. Don't be shy. You look like you're having second thoughts. No, come. All right, I'm going to tell you what to do. Don't worry, I'll be right here. All right, so you can come right there.
Okay.
Is there another mic? Where's the other mic at? No? Oh, man. Perfect. All right. Come again? Oh, okay. All right, good. We have multiple mics. Okay, so before we jump into this, anybody wants to see the code? Anybody interested in seeing the code? All right, so this is what, wait. See, remember I tell you things will break? All right, okay. All right, so I'm blind, so it's going to be, yeah. Yeah, thank you, my friend. So I like to see my font huge, big. Maybe you guys might want it smaller, but I'm half blind. So this is basically a simple demo, right? Utilizing practice data sets that come with with some of these libraries, right? So this is the back end, right? But remember, as a data scientist, most people don't care about the back end. Actually, nobody cares except you. So what we're using here is a library called Streamlit. So Streamlit is a front-end application that basically makes all this code look nice and presentable, right? So people can actually interact with your code, and which is what my friend here is going to do. What's your name?
Kesa.
Come again?
Kesa, sure.
All right. So Kesa, so what I want you to do, let me find a cool data set for you guys. All right, let me see if I can find, okay. So here's one, and it might be, okay. All right, so this is a practice data set, all right? And if anyone wants to know where I got this data set from, it's from Kaggle, Kaggle. Kaggle is a company founded by Google, and it's a great place to find data sets. Some are practice data sets, some are actual real-world data sets. So for example, if anyone's interested in building like a YouTube recommender or a Spotify recommender, they have actual data from Spotify and YouTube, right? So for our purposes, we're going to play around with this. I hope it's US universities, yeah? Yeah, Utah, good. All right, so with that being said, my friend, remember, press all the buttons. So you're going to press the buttons and I'm going to explain. All right, so all these can be checked, right? Okay. All right, so let's see. All right, so the first thing, right, you can select columns or specific columns that you want to analyze, right? So most data sets or many data sets will have multiple columns. Some will have hundreds of columns. Obviously, we don't want to analyze all of those, right? So from here, what we want to do is we want to select which one. So which one you want to check out? All right, so geography. All right, so scroll up for them. Scroll up by doing that. Okay. All right. Now this, okay, so this is what we call, so whenever you see, so for example, this is just focused on Nevada, all right? So this is what's called a constant variable, right, or a constant feature because there it is no variation, right? So what else is in here? Let's see. Click something else. What else you want to check out? All right. So another good thing to find out whenever you download a data set is to download a data dictionary. Now, because I have an idea of this data set already, I jumped the gun, didn't download the dictionary, but what I can tell you from this is this is basically showing the number of completions. So more than likely, this is the number of persons who completed a degree at these institutions in that particular year. Because if you notice the year, if you click year, the year is also constant. I believe the year is 2016, right? So that's basically just showing the number of completions for each of these institutions, right? So let's move past that. Let's get to some cooler stuff. What else? What else do you want to check, my friend? Press all the buttons. Okay. Scroll up. Up. All right. So, scroll up too far. All right. So, this is called a heat map. All right? Okay. So, allow me to get real nerdy here. All right? So, a heat map is a great way to visualize a correlation table. Anybody know what a correlation table is? All right, so a correlation table shows the relationship between pairwise variables. So for example, what we have here. And this right here, these will always be 1. The diagonal will always be 1, right? That means it's a perfect correlation. And why is it always 1? Because the diagonal is always showing the variable against itself, right? So it's always going to be perfectly correlated. Right? So correlation, the Pearson's correlation runs from -1, meaning perfect negative correlation, to +1, perfect positive correlation. So anyone know what I'm talking about with negative, positive? All right? A negative correlation means that it's really simple. As one is going this way, the other is going the opposite direction. Right? Positive correlation means they're going in the same direction. The association is positive. All right? So the heat map, right, going back to the topic at hand, the heat map is just a visual way or a fancier way of displaying this information. Because as you can see, you don't have to concern yourself with 1, -1. It has a little chart, a little legend, right? So it's color-coded. So you can just look at the color, boom, right? And you can see the association. You get a snapshot. Because remember, we're problem solvers and we're communicating our solution. So as fast as we can, and as fast and as the best way we can deliver this information, that's what you want to aim for. All right. So let's see what else we have here. Okay. Now this one, yep, see, code broke. Let's see what else we have here. Okay. Let's look at some other cool stuff. That was a correlation right there. All right. So let's see. Yep, code's breaking like crazy. All right. So who here? Let's go back. Boom. I'm actually going to load another data set and see if that works. All right. So any questions so far? Any questions? No questions? Any questions so far? None? No. So everybody clear on what machine learning is? All right. So give my friend a round of applause here. You did a good job. You're a good volunteer. Thank you. All right. So let me go back to this here. Okay. Boom. All right. So, oh, yes, go ahead. Now, since we have time, anybody wants to go into the actual steps of machine learning? Anybody interested in that? Yes, no, maybe so? All right. So, okay. Ah, okay. All right. So, thank you all so much. All right. I'm going to share this. Go ahead. Perfect. I didn't even tell you that. So, you can use, well, in fact, there are multiple languages you can use, but the two most common or two most popular languages are Python and R. Right? So here's my advice to you. Here's my advice to you. Learn Python, right? R is good to know, right? So I actually know both, but I use Python a whole lot more. I use R a lot in graduate school, right? Because R is more for statistical language, but Python is more for general purpose language. So Python you can do, you can do a lot of stuff with R, but you can do a lot more stuff with Python. Right? So Python is a lot more flexible, and also the community for Python is larger. So it's open source, so that's a good thing. It's open source. So what people do, people just like us, people create libraries to solve different problems, right? And you can import these libraries for free, right? So for example, let me go back to here. So for example, so we saw Streamlit. Streamlit was our front end, right? Another common library is Pandas. So Pandas is sort of the workhorse for machine learning. Pandas is what you use to do all these cool things like dropping columns or merging columns together. So it's like a data processing workhorse, right? NumPy is what you use for numerical computation or calculation, right? So for all my friends here who love math, right? A lot of math people, they love NumPy. SciPy is another good one for people who are passionate about math. Seaborn and Matplotlib is for the visualization. So all those charts you saw, those were Seaborn and Matplotlib, right? And the last library you're seeing here, right, scikit-learn. So scikit-learn is essentially a library a high-level library that allows you to build models. So all these models you can build from scratch, right? But nobody does that, right? Thanks to libraries like scikit-learn. So scikit-learn allows you to build your regression models, your classification models. So any machine learning model you can build with scikit-learn using just a few lines of code, right? So that's what all these, so for example, in this particular example, we were using a library called Support Vector Classification. And yeah, I know I'm getting real nerdy here, and Crystal, I'm going to give you the mic real soon. So this is essentially an algorithm that allows you to divide your data points according to a hyperplane or a line, right? So there's tons of stuff, excuse me, that you can explore in the scikit-learn library. And these libraries that I just mentioned to you, this is not even 1% of the libraries available. There's so many. If you're into games, anybody into games or want to build their own games, there's a great library called Turtle, right? You can build some really cool games with Turtle, right? So there are a bunch of free libraries available for the Python language. That's why I'm a big fan of Python. All right. So I know I answered a lot more than you answered, my friend. But again, thank you all so much. And if you have any questions, once again, feel free to shoot me an email, follow me on Twitter, LinkedIn. Not so much on Instagram. I'm on it, but you know, like I said, I'm a little older, so I'm mostly on Twitter and LinkedIn. All the picture and video thing is not really my style. All right, so thank you all so much for having me, and Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you so much, Dr. Jody Jones. You made me feel a little smarter about opening up my MacBook later on. You know, I was like, just gonna feel a little smarter. Giving me new language too for the tech that I'm using. Now, I want you to stay with me. There was all right, ladies. Who's ready to win something? Yeah. Anybody feels like they could do with a tablet in their hand? Yeah. We have some tablets from Flo. Give it up for Flo. But this one is for those who are taking what kind of notes? What kind of notes? All right. So here we go. And I will, boy, this is the dangerous part, you know, seeing whose hand go up first. So I think I'm gonna go with a volunteer from each school again. So I want the team to huddle and decide who we're going to put up for on a school. Yeah? Who do you think could bring home that tablet for your school? Think about it. I want a rep from each school. I want a rep from each school. You see, I like the ones that coming up with a notebook with the copious notes, right? So please, look for the person that has a notebook with copious notes. That's probably the person that's going to represent your team well. All right, counting down, 10, 9, hopefully I have a rep from every school, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, I'll wait until you reach. I see you on the way, I see you on the way. Anybody else is on the way and don't reach quite yet? All right, all right. So I have a couple of questions for you, and of course, the winner will be the one who answers all of them. Now, if you answer the most, then you win. But if there's like a tie for most, then it's gonna be who answers all. All right? So you can write the answers in your book, and then when it's time, we'll pass the mic along, you tell us the answers. I love this, it feels school challenge quizzy. I think STEAMHouse should have like a STEAM challenge quiz. Yeah. All right, Dr. Jones, because I want to make sure I frame the question correctly. So what you have to do with your categories or your rules, I remember you talking about
Categories.
Okay, so question number 1, define machine learning. That's question number 1, define machine learning. We got it, we got it, we got it. We got the 3 questions. So first question, define machine learning. Give us the best definition you have. Define machine learning. No internet. So it's copious notes. All right? Copious notes. You see, I would allow the team to help, but I feel like the team is going to Google it and give them the Google answer, right? So right now they're on their own up here. Copious notes. Define machine learning. All right, I'm going to give you about 15 more seconds with that one before we move to question number 2, which will be a toops more complicated. All right, if you're ready for question number 2, say STEAMHouse. You guys are ready for question number 2. All right. I'm going to give you question number 2 now. Question number 2. Dr. Jones shared 3 superpowers. Can you list the 3 superpowers that empower you to excel in the machine learning field? What were those 3 superpowers? Somebody has their hand raised with a question? What's the question? Oh, no, write it. Write it down. So write those answers in your notebooks, and we're going to check who has all 3 of the questions answered correctly at the end. So we have a 3rd question coming, so write those answers in. What were the 3 superpowers to excel in machine learning as shared by Dr. Jones? Yeah, if you're ready for next question, say STEAMHouse. Okay. Dr. Jones shared 5 examples of machine learning applied in ways that I think all of us understood, right? And she then put some photos afterwards so you could see what it looks like. So there were 5 examples of machine learning that many of us are interacting with now when we go online. List the 5 examples. So remember, if you can list all 5, plus all 3 superpowers, plus give us the correct definition of machine learning, you will win. If nobody can give us all, then the winner will be the person who gives us the most. All right, so write as much as you can remember. All righty. 5 examples that were shared by Dr. Jones of machine learning. All right, gonna give you 30 more seconds there. This is why copious notes are important. And the tablet that we will be giving away in this section comes to us courtesy of Flow. And the tablet is gonna, well, all the tablets are preloaded with data. So we're giving away 1 now, and we have 4 more to give away throughout the day. So you win the tablet and you win some data on the tablet. All righty. So we're gonna ask you to put your books on the desk. Everybody, you know, when you've done your work and you put on your book, put on your book. Yeah, come put on your book. Put on your books. Put on your books. Put down the 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 books in any particular order. Just put on the books. All right. Dr. Jones, I'm going to ask you to help me with this one, all right? Dr. Jones, I'm going to ask you to join me here. You're the teacher. I'm going to ask you to join me here. So you can stand, or no, come up on our podium, not podium, or stage. All right, inviting our students to come up on the stage as well. Come up on the stage as well. Come up, come up, come up. One at a time. All right. So whoever's book is at the, whoever book is on the thing last, is that person going first. So if you want to go first, hurry up and put on the book. Man going for, all right, so that book is at the top. And we have, all right, so our young lady in the yellow skirt looks like she's gonna go first. You'll go first, all right. So, Doc, you're gonna help us to verify the answers to these questions. Question number 1, what's the definition of machine learning? And you can read it, no man, you can read it, Come on, come on, come on. Without confidence in self, you are how many times defeated in the race of life? Twice, and we can't take 2 lose, right? So come on, even if it's not correct, at least be confident. All right, we're not gonna lose twice. So what's the definition you have of machine learning?
So I
need some help with a napkin as well. If anybody's close to a napkin, can bring it for me, please.
So I have machine learning can be defined as using various aspects of math and science to make learning and life better.
We're going to accept that one? All right, we're going to accept that one. Question number 2, tell us the 3 superpowers.
The 3 superpowers are to stay calm, hold your composure, figure out ability, or do your research and apply what you figured out.
All right, yeah, we're going to accept that one. Good. And then the 5 examples of machine learning that she shared.
So the 5 examples were chatbots, fraud detection, sentiment analysis, voice assistance, product or service, content recommendation.
Copiously noted. All right, so you have gotten all correct. Come stand here. Let's see if anybody's going to match you. Which book is on the top? Which next book we have there? So who is next? Who is next? Who is next? Who for book we're seeing right there? Grab your book and let's go. Can you help her to get up? I don't know if there's like another step to the side. All right, where is her school? I need to hear the round of applause and the expression of confidence. Clap. All right, give us a definition of machine learning.
It's the process of which individuals get more knowledge about programs, robotics, and programming, for example.
No. Uh-oh. But guess what? Do we... Okay, all right, so what we're gonna do, here you go. You got 3 correct, so she gets 3. Am I getting that right? Okay, so you get 3 credit, $500 each. So everybody who gets the questions correct will get something for each correct answer, and then of course, who get the most gets a tablet. All right, so something in there for you same way, because you can still get something right and get the credit, right? Next question, what are the 3 superpowers?
To stay calm, figure it out ability, and press all the buttons.
That's right. So you already have a prize here. And what are the 5 examples of machine learning that you have there?
Chatbots, fraud detection, and product service. I didn't finish the rest.
All right, but you still win something. You got 1 fully correct. Congratulations. Who is up next? Who for book we have next? Whose book is that? Whose book is that? It's your book? You have 2 books? Boy, that look dangerous. All right, so let's use the book that you had there, because that was your most correct answer at the time. So we can't have the answers changing now that we are all the correct answers. Right? So that's why I'm making to put on the book, so we can write a little more in there. So let's hear your definition for machine learning.
The field of study that gives computer rules for things you want to perform.
You want to repeat that one?
The field of study that gives computer rules for things you want it to perform.
Yeah, we're gonna... No, not quite. All right, we have another question. 3 superpowers. What do you have there?
Staying calm, figure it out ability, and press all the buttons.
All right. And the next one, 5 examples of machine learning.
Chat box, fraud detection, sentiments.
Well, what's on the paper?
Analysis.
Tell me what's on the book. What do you have in the book?
Miss, I wrote 2 here, but I have 2 here.
No, we can only use one book. Which was the book? Come. Tell me what you have.
Miss, chat box, fraud detection, sentiment analysis, and voice assistance. That's the only 4 I have.
All right, you got 4 out of 5. You got 4 out of 5. Give her a round of applause, please. Who is up next? All right, let's grab that book. Which school are you from? Yeah.
The St. Diego High School.
Well, the St. Diego High School is in the lead. It's what the St. Diego High School win the other day. What did you win?
Quiz.
Okay. So it look like we're going to come to win this quiz too. All right. Let's hear your definition for machine learning.
I'm not sure if it's right, but machine learning is learning what a machine or device works, learning all the ins and outs of the machine and what it can do.
Not quite. All right, give us the 3 superpowers.
Stay calm, figure it out, apply what you figure out.
All right, good stuff. And 5 examples you have there, or as many as you have, of machine learning.
Chat box, content recommendations. Sure. Miss, that's it.
All right, you got one. Thank you so much. Next up, whose book is next on the pile? Whose book is next on the pile? All right, let us hear your definition of machine learning.
I don't have a definition for machine learning.
You didn't have one? All right, no problem. You can still win something. What are the 3 superpowers?
Stay calm, figure it out ability, press all the buttons.
Good stuff. And give us the examples. 5 examples of machine learning.
I only have 2, and that's chatbox and fraud detection.
All right, thank you so much. Let's give her, oh, well, she didn't get the 5, so we're giving her 1. Yeah, man. Congrats, you win something. Whose book is next? Clap. Whose book is next? All right. So we have to use the book, right? Whatever is in the book, that's what we have to use. I have to put away the paper. All right, let's hear the definition you have there of machine learning.
Machine is the field.
Sorry, speaking to the microphone.
Machine is the field. That's it.
Oh, all right. So we don't quite have that definition. Let's hear your 3 superpowers.
Stay calm, figure out ability, press all buttons.
That's correct. And the 5 examples of machine learning?
Complete application. Chat box.
All right. Well, you do get one. So congratulations. Why am I not hearing our school clapping? Where's the school? Yes, man. Next up, so far we have no athletes that went to champs and came back with nothing, right? Every athlete we want to send come to the competition, come back with something. All right, let's hear your definition. And speak into the microphone so we can hear you properly, all right?
Machine learning is a field of study that gives computers...
She have on the mask, come here, hear her so clear. Eh? Wait, you have a special mass communication class over there? Go on again, I hear you loud and clear, go ahead.
Machine learning is a field of study that gives computers the ability to learn without being explicitly programmed.
All right. What are the 3 superpowers?
Staying calm, figure it out ability or researching, and pressing all the buttons.
All right. And can we have those 5 examples of machine learning?
I didn't answer that one.
Oh, listen. So that's 2. And then I'm giving you a shirt because the way you communicate through the mask, I mean, I feel like that's a skill for modern day life. Okay, thank you so much. Congratulations. Next book. Who has the next book? All right, let's hear your definition of machine learning.
Okay, I have machine learning takes problems from different aspects of life and finds ways using machines to solve them. This includes problems in healthcare, and that's the only example I have. But,
No? Okay, so our professional says that's not the definition, but no worry, more winnings there for you. Yes. What are the 3 superpowers?
stay calm, figure it out ability, press all the buttons.
Correct. And the 5 examples of machine learning?
Chat box, sentiment analysis, product service, content recommendation, and I don't have the last one.
No worries. One win though. You got one right. Congratulations. Who's up next? She's counting down like, I'm still in the lead here. All right, let's hear your definition of machine learning.
I don't got that one.
Okay, all right, no problem. Let's hear those superpowers.
Stay calm, figure it out, ability, press all the buttons.
Good stuff. That's 1. And the 5 examples of machine learning.
Chat box, data visualization. Only those 2 I got. Only got 2.
Oh, okay. Well, we got 1 of the 3 questions correct. Congratulations. Make some noise, please. Next up. Now, if your granny ever teach you a Sankey, now is the time to sing it, right? Now it's time for the Sankey.
Can I start? Ready? Yeah. Can I start?
All right, let us hear that definition for machine learning.
The process by which an individual use machinery to get notes and type from. The process by which an individual use machinery to get notes and type from.
No? All right, let's see if we can get something else. What are the 3 superpowers?
Stay calm, bigger out ability, and press all the buttons.
Correct. And the 5 examples of machine learning?
I didn't answer that one.
All right, thank you. Let's hear it. Boy, we're down to our final 3. All right, let's hear that definition for machine learning.
So my definition of machine learning is this is apps used to create programs.
Apps used to create programs?
Anything else? No.
All right, let's go for the next one.
Stay calm / keeping the composure, figure it out ability / research, and press all the buttons / experiment.
That's correct. And the 5 examples of machine learning?
Chatbots, fraud detection, sentiment analysis, and I'm not sure of the voice one.
No problem, no problem. All right. Soup. I thought you young ones didn't know these things, you know. Very happy that the teachers are teaching you the good song them, right? Okay. Let's hear your definition of machine learning.
Machine learning is a combination of math, science, statistics, and communication sciences. It involves detecting errors and analyzing data.
Very good, yes. Let's hear your 3 superpowers.
The first one is stay calm, which means to maintain a sense of composure. Then you have figure it out ability, and you have press all the buttons.
All right, that is correct. And can we hear the 5 examples of machine learning?
I have chatbots, fraud detection, sentiment analysis, and I made up the last 2.
Well, let's hear what you made up, if it's close.
I wrote productive opportunities and online solutions.
Oh, man. You got the P. The product was 1. All right, you got 2, so that's 2 cards for you. Clapper! All right, congratulations. And your schoolmates are very proud. I can tell they're very proud. All right, soup. All right, let us hear your definition of machine learning.
My definition for machine learning is a combination of math and statistics, computer knowledge, and domain knowledge,
which will assist the computer in functioning the way it ought to.
Yeah? All right. Good work. Let us hear those 3 superpowers.
I have stay calm, figure it out, and press all the buttons.
That's correct. And do we have those 5 examples of machine learning?
Okay, so I have chat box, fraud detection, voice assistance, products, and sentimental analysis.
That was 4. Yeah. So it's really 4. That was really 4. You got 2. You got 2.5. So we're gonna throw in a shirt as well as a 2. Yeah. So let's give it up for our winner today from St. Jago High School in St. Catherine. What's your name?
Fitzara Bonick.
Fitzara Bonick. B-O-N-N-I-C-K. Fitzara Bonick. Where is the St. Jago? I don't hear no. The place must be turning over, right? So that's one more we know for sure was taking copious notes. Very proud of you. Your tablet will be presented by a representative from Flow who's going to join us on stage. And I will hold your book. Or do you want the book there as evidence of the copious notes? All right, give me the book. Give me the book. Oh, you're looking for banner? The banner, Godiva? They're asking for a flow banner for the photo. I think one is behind you. I don't know. Oh, okay. While we set it up, let me just read back the definition we got for machine learning. It's a field of study that gives computers the ability to learn without being explicitly programmed. Clap, make some noise. The 3 superpowers: keep calm and code on, figure out ability, and press all the buttons. And the 5 examples shared by Dr. Jones: chatbots, fraud detection, sentiment analysis, voice assistance, and product service content recommendations. A big round of applause again for Miss Bonick from St. Jago High School and our partners at Flow for their very, very kind donation of a tablet preloaded with data. So you can actually use it right now. And oh, she needs her copious notes and her credit. All right. Thank you again so much. All the schools, give yourselves a round of applause. Everybody went back home with something. Now we're going to figure out a way to give something to the teachers. So if you don't have notes, share it with them. You hear? I don't have teachers who are taking notes. And we want them to come up here and look just as bright as you guys. In the meantime, I'm going to invite Godiva Golding, just before we take our lunch break, to issue the challenge that's going to take us into the second half of our day. So give it up for Godiva Golding from STEAMHouse.
So we have been going through the STEAMHouse mantra the entire day, which is to create something. So far, each of you ladies would have been assigned a team. You're going to be working in your groups. And so we are now going to go into the creation of something STEAM related. So each of you, right now, you have been assigned a group. Now, who wants to tell me what was the theme of Girls in ICT Day that was held last week? And bear in mind, you have the internet, you're in a library. Who wants to tell me the theme of Girls in ICT Day? It's a special day, and so the Create Her series is Create Her Girls in ICT. Your castle, is that you? All right. What is the theme? Access and safety. Okay. I feel like we should give you something for that. We have any t-shirts? We have any kits? All right. Take the name for you, YC, for me, please. No. There are a lot of issues that affect girls in particular, not just in ICT, but on the global scale. So what we want you to do today with the machine learning workshop that Dr. Jones would have done, and some of the things that you have been thinking about already just by being here in this room, we want to hear what some of your solutions are. So here is the challenge. But first, I want to ensure that everybody has a blue box, yes? Does everybody have a purple box? All right, so when you're heading out of this room, you're going to ensure that you have a blue box, a purple box, and the QR code. Now, the QR code is actually what will allow you to see all of the instructions for the challenge. So I'm simply going to read it out to you now, but when you sit with your mentors, here are the things that your challenge solution must address. So you have the option. We're thinking about solutions for access and safety, especially as it concerns girls and young people, much like yourself. Now, the issues we're considering: gender and equity, crime and violence, as well as climate change. So your solution has to fall within any of these three themes. And what are you going to be doing? You're going to be working with your mentor in an hour to design a technology-based solution to address a problem of access and safety in your community. You'll have it. So if you're not getting it now, remember what I said about that QR code? You scan the code, and under challenges, you're going to see a card. Click on challenges, and you'll have all the information. So again, the themes are gender and equity, crime and violence, and climate change. Issues of access and safety. Now, you're going to be making a 3-minute presentation. So you're already in your groups, and your presentation has to address the problem. So you identified a problem in your community. Tell us what the problem is. Why is it a problem? Who has the problem? So you're going to start to describe all of this. So you're defining the problem. Then, who is experiencing this problem? And how do you know who is experiencing it? And then, looking with your mentor, they're going to guide you in creating a solution. So each of your mentors has some background in technology, and I really love the fact that it was mentioned earlier that you don't have to be an IT professional who is technical to be involved in ICT. There are designers, there are product managers, there are program managers. So it's up to you to decide now what role you'll be taking on in your team. And then you're going to think about what makes this solution work. What is the technology behind it? Are you using a programming language? Are you going to be using something in machine learning? Does it have nothing to do with computers at all, but still is technology? Now, this is a tricky one. You have all the resources of the library to be able to research the problems that you have identified. So this is where your research skills and your library skills are going to come in handy. And there are two things that we're going to ask you to do as you close out. Draw something, demo something, show us what the solution could look like. So if it's an app, draw 2 app screens. If it's a prototype, sketch the prototype. If it's even to sketch it by hand and take the picture, that's fine. And the last thing that we want you to show is creativity. Jamaicans are very creative people, and you get to decide how you want to dress up your presentation for the solution that you came up with your brilliant minds. So, with that said, we're going to launch the challenge, and with that, you're going to identify a space in the room. You're going to be put with one mentor to 2 groups, and you're going to find a spot upstairs in the library that you're going to be having this 1-hour brainstorming session where you're going to print up your presentation. All right, so we have some time here. So we're checking in. We've been doing check-ins all day. Python, are you here? Ooh. No, man, we have more vibes than this. I know it's a hot room. Ladies, it's okay. It's okay to vibes up in a ladylike manner. All right? So I'm going to check in again. Python, are you here? Ooh. All right, I'm not sure. So Python and Java. Python, let us have your mentor, please. You can stand for us. So Python is Immaculate Conception High School. So ladies who are in the Python group, you're going to find a spot upstairs. Leslie was your mentor for Python. So Leslie, you're going to be working with the Python team as well as Team Java, which is Haile Selassie as well as Papine. So you're going to be finding a spot upstairs, and that is going to be your workshopping spot, brainstorming spot, to come up with your solutions with your mentors. But again, make sure that you have what? 3 things before you leave this room to go upstairs. One is the blue box, the next one is the, and the third one is? All right, I like this. So Python and Java. So just to be sure, that is Immaculate, Haile Selassie, and Papine High. So you are going to be assigned to one mentor, and your mentor is Leslie. So Leslie, please help your mentees to find a spot in the room upstairs. All right. As they go ahead and find their chill spot, we have Rust. Team Rust, Team Rust, Team Rust, Team Rust. Where is Team Rust? All right. Has Team Rust, I want one person, we have some flow credit. Can Team Rust, there was a giveaway section. Now there are giveaways for points, and there are giveaways for other prizes like credit. Now, can somebody from the Rust team come and tell me what is Rust? One person from the Rust team. And what, so you're going to tell us what Rust is? So this was a part of the giveaways that you would have gotten in your little purple box when you scan the QR code. We want to hear from you. What is Rust, and what is Rust used for? No pressure. Team, Rust team, Eltham. Come, let's hear it. Support your, all right. You see that thing called copious notes? All right. As she comes up, Rust. Can I see the mentor for Rust? Who was the mentor for Rust and Solidity? Rust and Queens. Queens and Eltham. All right. So we have our member of the Rust team who is going to tell us a little bit about this language that they got. What does the group name that they got mean? So what's your name? Go ahead.
My name is Deandra Horton.
Rust programming language is a multi-paradigm general process programming language designed for performance and safety, especially safe consequency. Rust is used for low-level programming language with direct access to hardwares and memories, which makes it a great solution for development.
All right. So, Eltham, that was your team member, you know. Not even a little big up. All right. So, what's your name again? So let's give it up for Deandra. She came up here and she represented her team. No. Rust. I don't know if anybody heard a key word in the Rust definition. It is designed for what? Who heard it? Safety. Safety. All right. So as we get the Rust and Solidity mentor, so that was a person who was with Eltham and Queens. Ladies, I want you to get up at this point and you're going to find a spot upstairs in the library. So you're going to hunker down. Make sure you have your purple box, your blue box, and your QR code. So the ladies that will be with the Rust and Solidity are from Eltham and Queens, and they are heading upstairs to select their spot in the library where they're going to be working for the next hour on a solution to a problem in the space of access and safety. All right. So this team was up here before. They did very, very, very well on the machine learning Q&A. They didn't take home the top spot, but they're going to be joined by their sisters across the parish borders. No, I want JavaScript and Kotlin. JavaScript and Kotlin. So the ladies from Kotlin, all right. Have you been doing your research? The ladies from Kotlin. So I am going to ask one of the members from Kotlin to come up and give the definition for the programming language that they have been assigned, as well as some of those use cases. So think about it. Which lady is going to represent Kotlin? Copious notes, checking the QR code, writing down, getting the giveaways. All right. No volunteer, one person coming. All right, they're taking their time. I see they wrote it on the post-it, you know, but they didn't write it in the book. So as we give them some time to write it in the book, I'm just going to ask the person who was a mentor for either JavaScript or Kotlin to identify themselves. JavaScript or Kotlin. All right. So we have, how are we now? Ready? Ready, Kotlin? Okay. So to sweeten the deal, I feel as if we can give away something. We have water bottles, we have credit, we have t-shirts. Your castle, what are you in the mood for today? You can get a prize of your choice in this giveaway. All right, in the meantime, I'm going to ask St. Hilda's. I'm going to ask that your head teacher actually leads your team in identifying a spot upstairs where you and your castle will be working on your solution and presentation for the problem that you'll present in the space of access and safety. All right. Team York Castle, we're ready. We're ready, 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 ready. All right. So in the meantime, our next two teams are R and PHP. So R and PHP. So R and PHP, who were your mentors? All right, so we have a member of the Kotlin team. Go ahead and give us your name as well as your definition of Kotlin and a few of the use cases.
Good morning, good afternoon everyone. My name is Shania Hay and the definition of Kotlin is a static type object-oriented programming language that is interoperable with the Java virtual machine, Java libraries, and Android. Kotlin saves times for developers as the less versatile language provides briefer and less redundant code. The uses of Kotlin include Android development, full-stack web, data science, and back-end web development.
All right, there's one word that I was looking out for. I'm going to check if she said it. Now, what are the use cases again? I heard back-end. There's one back-end web development, but there's one other thing. How many persons in here have an Android phone? Any Android phone? Any Android phone? Any Android phone? Who here has iPhones? All right, so Android people, put up your hand again. Kotlin is one of the programming languages used to develop for Android. All right, so hands down. So for Kotlin and JavaScript, you're going to be taking your spot upstairs, and the head teacher for St. Hilda's will be guiding in that. So ladies, here's what we're going to do. You're going to have to take your chairs upstairs. So I advise, take your bags first, find your spot, put it on the table, and then come back for your chairs. All right? So St. Hilda's and York Castle, you can proceed upstairs. So now we have R and PHP, the stars of the Q&A. So St. Jago, are you ready to tell us about R? Are you ready? All right. All right. Let's have your name, and then you can give us a definition and use cases for R. Funny enough, you should have been hearing R all along, but let's see if you're listening.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Samuel Russell from St. Jago High School, and R is a language that has to do with statistical computing and graphics that is supported by the R Core Foundation, and it was created by statisticians. One of them was their name starts with R, so they named it R, and it is used by data analysts and statisticians. So it is to code for statistics, computing, and graphic design.
I like that, St. Jago. There's one term that I was looking for. One term. I heard data, but there's one term that was said earlier that R is also used for. Who wants to give a guess? The same thing.
Data science. It was used in the presentation to say that it could be used for statistics and data science.
It's another two-word term. Not data science, the other one, which is?
Not data analysis.
It starts with an M. You see how much skew me I give you now?
Machine learning.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
So R is also used in machine learning. So we are pairing Team R and Team PHP from Cedar Grove. Team R and, but here's what. PHP is also a very interesting language. We want somebody from Cedar Grove to come and tell us what is the definition of the language and what are some of the use cases. So, that's right, Cedar Grove. So you're going to tell us your name and then definition, use cases.
So my name is Jamelia Thomas. PHP is also known as Hypertext Processor. It is a general purpose scripting language that can be used to develop dynamic and interactive websites. It was among the first server-side languages that could be embedded into HTML, making it easier to add functionally, to website without needing to call external files of data. Its use cases are cybersecurity of the website, write your own script code, integrated cloud in website, image and processing, and CMS system.
Cedar Grove out of St. Catherine, representing, and PHP is mostly used for one word. One major use case of PHP on websites. So a lot of the websites that you're browsing day after day, so that's another reason why people like PHP, you know. Yes, it's used for website, but it has better security than most. So PHP and R, you ladies are going to be headed to the foyer, right? So just as you exit here, all right. So we have somebody in the foyer already. So you get the easy spot. You're going to just hop on over to here. I think it's the reference section. And you're going to bring your chairs. So there are enough tables. Don't carry your bags. Sometimes them bags, they're too heavy, you know. I don't want anybody to have a trip and fall. So take your time, carry your bags, and then carry your chairs. Next up, we have C and Swift. C and Swift. C and Swift. C and Swift. So, C from Waterford and Swift from Guys Hill. So the ladies from Guys Hill, you would have also gotten one interesting programming language. Who from Guys Hill would like to come up and tell me more about Swift? That's right, ladies. Cheer your teammate, cheer your schoolmate. She's coming to represent you. So you're going to go ahead and tell us your name, the definition, and use cases.
My name is Avia Finley from the Guys Hill High School. Swift is a robust and intuitive programming language created by Apple for building apps for iOS, Mac, Apple TV, and Apple Watch. It's designed to give developers more freedom than ever. Swift is easy to use and open source, so anyone with an idea can create something incredible.
So again, iPhone users, are there still any iPhone users in the room? Now, what programming language is used to program those phones and apps that run in the Apple ecosystem? What's the name? What's the name? All right. So now I will have C and Swift move swiftly to identify a spot in the library. You can try the foyer. If not, I'm looking for a library assistant to help me identify a space that may be left. You can also try on this side just behind me. So that's Waterford, Group C, and Guys Hill, Group Swift. All right, we're coming down to the wire. The next groups, C sharp. C sharp, not C hashtag, but C sharp. Now, there were 2 types of C on the program in terms of how we assigned groups. So we would like someone from C sharp to tell us not just what C sharp is, but what makes C sharp different from C. So, going to give you some time. You can use the Wi-Fi that's available in the library. You can ask your mentor, see he's still at the table there. What is C sharp, but also what makes C sharp different from C? They all have C in it. So why did they go ahead and create something called C sharp? So I see a hand going up. I see some letters being written down. I see, all right. I'm seeing phones out. Looks like we're going to Google. In the meantime, can the mentor for C sharp and HTML identify themselves? All right, she's ready and waiting. She's been waiting quite some time. No. Ladies, it seems as if you're going to have the luxury of not moving. So, I still want that definition, so let's get those Google search engines rolling, firing away. What makes C sharp different from C? Why did they create a C sharp? Now, we would have also had the leaderboard going all day, and the leaderboard, we're going to start checking off points during lunch. So if you had your QR code and you looked at the giveaways, we would have had on there one thing that you should have done, give us the definition for your group. So here we have a lady from Glenmuir. Step right up. You're going to give us your name, the language, what it is used for, but also most importantly, the difference between C and C sharp.
Good afternoon. My name is Gavian Marshall. I'm from Glenmuir High School. C sharp is a general purpose programming language. C sharp can be used to create a number of different programs and applications, mobile apps, desktop apps, cloud-based services, websites, enterprise software, and games. Basically, C sharp is an application development program. The difference between C and C sharp, C sharp is garbage collection. Wait a moment, please. Okay. So, according to Google, C language is garbage collection is not, and C sharp is garbage collection is managed by common language runtime. That's it.
All right. So not only did we get definitions and some sort of contrasting information, she did a very interesting thing. She cited her source. At one point, she was like, according to Google, this is what C sharp is. That it's not according to my nice friend from Glenmuir, no. It is according to Google. She's letting you know she is not the owner of these ideas. So with that, ladies, you're going to be working with your mentor. You're already squarely set in your room, which leaves our den. Our den. So you will also have the luxury of staying in the room. But what I will ask is that you take a spot to the back of the room where you actually have tables to work with. All right? But before we do that, I would still love for somebody to come and tell me about CSS.
Hi, good afternoon, ladies. So CSS, it is the abbreviated version of cascading style sheets. And what exactly is that? It's a presentation of a document written in a markup language such as HTML, as you guys know, hypertext markup language.
It is the cornerstone of technology of the World Wide Web, so you know your Google, your Bing, your Yahoo, all of that. And it works alongside HTML and was previously mentioned JavaScript.
All right. Now, what kind of language is that one just now? There are two types of languages that we had listed as group names, and they weren't quite programming languages. And it was actually a part of the trivia too. They're called, starts with an M. We just said it, markup languages. So markup languages are used in web development. They actually show you exactly how things should be laid out on the page. So CSS has to do with how the pages are designed, and HTML has to do with how the pages are formatted. So when you think about having a heading, think about having something in bold, something in italic, something underlined. All of that is HTML. But if you have an image that you're putting in of a cat or a dog, it's CSS that you will use to tell you, should the dog be on the left? Should it be on the right? Should it be on the center? So these are not programming languages, but they are markup languages. So ladies, go on and get cracking.